So we have SNRC2. Very easy to understand. No, sorry, it's the most difficult. To me, it was the most difficult to understand, right? It was difficult to trace the pattern until I drew it several times. Okay, so SNRC2 means support and resistance continuation. Now, this setup is very similar to SNRC2. Okay, SNLC1, they are almost the same. Okay, so what is the difference between the SNLC1 and the SNLC2? But let's look at SNLC2. The formula is, first you need a strong support and a strong resistance. Okay, and then we need a drop-based drop. Okay, so when he said a drop-based rally and a rally-based drop, that's where the confusion was. Okay, that is how the great Bystra thought. Okay, that's what I got from the book. A drop-based rally, opposite it. So what it means is that, okay, there is a strong support like this, okay, that is broken, and then there's a rally-based drop, something like this. So this is the pattern, and the same thing here, right? So what's rally-based drop? So rally-based drop means that, okay, there are series of candles, bullish candles going up, okay, and then there's a fall, right? Something like this, okay. So this is what makes this one SNLC2. And then what's the difference between this and SNLC1? SNLC1, okay, we are not going to see those series of candles. You are just going to see you are going to see like something like this, a candle opposite, just one candle going, or two candles, but do not see a series of candles like this. Okay, you are going to see either one candle doing that shape. All right, so that is the difference. So, but still, I was confused. So what I did was that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I learned it this way. There's a support which is marked, okay, which is marked. That support has to be broken, and when you say break, it means you are closing below it, right? It's not a wick, it has to break. You need to close below it. Then price has to go above that support. It has to go above that support and close above it. If it is a wick, no. So you have to close above it and then break the second support. So I repeat, there's a drop, okay, price creates a strong support. It breaks the strong support by closing below it. It goes back above that strong support that has become resistance and close above it, and then breaks the second support. So you have a break, okay, then you have a close above. All right, so when this is done, price will come back to the first support that was broken like this. It has to come back to that first support, and that is your buy, your sell, and your take profit is below this level. Okay, so you see we have a first support that's been broken, price close below, goes above and closes above that support and breaks that support. So this is your entry zone. Okay, this is where you start looking. So now it is perfect when this one, that strong support, is passing through this. This is my own discovery, it's not this thing. So when it is passing through that last engulfing here, okay, the last engulfing, and then you are getting a perfect entry. So now the entry is on the rally-based drop, but I use this support to start. So I want to see price touching this support, which is also almost opposite the engulfing. Okay, so let me show you. You understand? Okay. So confirmation, higher time frame engulfing. That's my major confirmation. Higher time frame engulfing. Okay, higher time frame engulfing, double Mabuzu, full body candle that has not touched the danger zone. These are confirmation, but the main confirmation I use for SNRC2 is an engulfing. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So this is what a rally-based rally is. You see, series of buy candle and boom. So there's an engulfing here. There's this engulfing here. Okay. So what I was trying to say is that I'm going to draw and then show you what I was saying at the last minute. Okay. So let's assume there was a fair support. Okay. First support, there's a second support, price comes, there's support, and then drop. So we have the SNRC2. See this level, right? It is passing through this particular engulfing. That is what I like. It doesn't mean that if it's not passing, it can pass through here and then price will just trade above it. Then it is this drop-based drop, rally-based drop that is your entry. So when it's passing through it, I like it this way because my entry or the point I usually look at is close to the entry point, which is the base. Okay. All right. So that's what I mean. But normally your entry is here on this particular engulfing. So let's look at some examples. All right. Okay. So here, this example, we have a strong support, okay, broken, price comes close above that support. See, it close above that support. Now look at where the next resistance is, the support is. It's here. Okay, so you see that if we haven't broken this at this point here, there was no break. So this cannot be said to be your SNLC2 until you break and come back, right? So now you see in this particular situation, this engulfing is your entry, right? Higher time frame, you see we have an engulfing. So in this case, see, listen well. At this point, your engulfing can be on the rally base drop or this entire pattern. Wow. This entire pattern, okay, will be an engulfing. Right. So if you don't take care, you see this, you not see the engulfing this here, but the whole pattern will be the engulfing. And when the whole pattern is an engulfing, I like it more than when just this one is giving the engulfing. Okay, if the whole pattern, the entire pattern, this one is the engulfing, I like it more, and I'll show you examples. Okay, all right, so we go on. Here we have a strong support broken. Okay, this is SNLC1. Can you see SNLC1? Okay, there's an SNLC1 there. Price comes to the SNLC1, drops. Okay, right. Now look at the pattern again. I started marking from the wrong point. Okay, so this is a strong support, broken, price comes up, closes above the support and drops. Okay, and then there was an SNLC1 here. Okay, right. Now price is coming back. Right. Okay, so on higher time frame, you have an engulfing here. Okay, so this engulfing is your entry. Okay, but see, it is passing through. All right, it's passing through that engulfing. Okay, this is an example. Let's look at more examples on SNRC2. This is the most difficult, so I have more examples. Okay, so we have support, broken, price comes, closes above the support and breaks again. Okay, breaks again. So here, higher time frame, we have the engulfing. Okay, so the confluence is an SNR. Okay, this SNR, price comes in and drops. Okay, so you can see we have the drop here. Okay, so this was actually a setup that I posted some time ago, not on Afro Trader community. So you see entry set was here. Price hit the entry set, okay, and dropped. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is another one. Okay, this was long ago. This is 2022. Okay, we have a strong support. Now look at this. Most people think that it has to be this. Okay, and so this one has to be high. No. It's supposed to be a support. So it's supposed to be like this. It can be like this. It can be that. Okay, hold on. It can be that price was doing this. Okay, this, right? And broke this support and close above the support and prove the support. Okay, this doesn't necessarily mean that it has to start from like this. All right, so you have SNRC2, and so that's the example we have here. Okay, so you have strong support, price comes and close above. Yeah, so you see where it is too far. The entry point is too far, but funny enough, price left what base opposite. So here, draw a line, your entry, see, price created some level of liquidity. So something like this, price came to touch. Okay, so we have this kind of trend line, touch inside at the base and dropped. Okay, this I didn't show the higher time frame confirmation, but there was a higher time frame confirmation. Okay, all right, so this is the same example. If you look at it. All right, so now any question about the pattern? Any question?
How can I train my eyes to be viewing on this pattern? The problem is to get the pattern on my
head. The problem is to get a pattern. Yes, that is a challenge. Getting the pattern, you have to get it. Okay, so you're not getting it still.
When you illustrate, I can see, and it makes a lot of sense. But me now on a live chart, I thought of it now.
Okay, so on a live chart, right? Something you can do is to change to a line chart. You see it, right? It's simple. It's very, very simple. If you are not getting this explanation, it will be difficult for you to get it. Okay, so take it like this: price is falling, it pulls back and breaks the pullback, the support of the pullback. It has to break it, so it breaks it, right? Now price comes back in. Price comes back in above it and close. Okay, it has to close above this and close. So people see this pattern like this. Okay, this is not SNRC2. I'm telling you, this is not SNRC2. SNRC2 will have to go above it, right? So if you see something like this, this is not SNRC2. This is those normal zigzag. Okay, if you see this is not SNRC1. It has to be touching it small in a way that either the wick has to touch it. Okay, right? So the thing is that you have to continue drawing it and say it. Price has a support or price has a resistance. It goes above the resistance, comes back to close like you're making a commentary below that resistance, and then breaks the previous resistance. I have SNRC2. Entry sets first resistance that has become support. Take profit above the resistance that gave the pullback. That's all simple. Let me show you some examples. Okay, if the engulfing does not pass through the resistance, which engulfing is it still considered? If the engulfing, that is the drop base rally, has to pass, it has to touch it. If it doesn't touch it, it is not SNRC1. If it does this, even if it close like this, it's not SNRC. It has to close below it. Okay, it has to close below it. All right, so now let's look at some examples. Okay, and luckily this week, that's something that happened this week. Okay, let me show you example. Look at this one. This one I shared it on the Telegram channel. Okay, I shared it. Is GFS already open? No. Okay. Can you show some examples of your entry set confirmation. I said I'm not talking about entries, okay? Don't ask me entries. Entries time will come. Okay, so I'll go to 1 minute yesterday. Okay, so since we have already done direction, let's go. Let's do something. Okay, here, okay, we have on the daily chart, we have an engulfing, okay, which is a buy zone. All right, it's a buy zone. We have an engulfing. Okay, now this engulfing, if price, we are asking ourselves a question. Okay, we don't know if price is going to hold. Never assume that it's going to hold. Now, if price is going to hold this level, where is it likely to reach? Okay, so now you are looking for the opposite resistance, which is this engulfing. So in terms of direction, if we have a confirmation in this zone, we are buying to reach this particular zone. Remember direction. And so what do we need here? We need price to create a 4-hour engulfing from touching this zone. So we go to 4 hour. On H4, there is an engulfing. Price has closed above the wick of this candle. So now that there's an engulfing and we have closed above the wick of this candle, we have direction. Okay, so now price comes to this zone and creates. So let's say we have an engulfing. We need a 1 hour direction. Remember, we need a 1 hour engulfing field to confirm. Okay, to confirm, and we have that 1 hour engulfing field confirmed here. Okay, so direction is confirmed. All right, so 30 minutes. On 30 minutes, price comes, touches the 30 minutes. We need to create a 30-minute engulfing. If a 30-minute engulfing has to be created, it's supposed to be above this candle. So price, after this candle, price closed above this candle. So now we have a buy zone, 30 minutes, and this 30-minute engulfing, sorry. We have our buy zone, okay, this 30-minute engulfing, and this 30 minutes, they're all within the same level, so we leave it. Price comes in, we go to 5 minutes, and let me show you. There's an entry. Okay, so 5 minutes, price created an engulfing, and then where's the 5 minutes? 5 minutes we created. Okay, okay. So yes, I think now I get it. 5 minutes we created an engulfing. Yes, and yesterday I was having difficulty explaining it. Okay, and an engulfing field. So this is your entry set. Okay, on this. So you have an entry here. Okay, you have a stop loss here, and you're targeting that zone. Okay, now after you are going into the zone, so maybe target the mark. I was targeting higher. Okay, so now when price touched and you have the entry, look at what happened on the 1 minute. 1 minute, you got the first SNRC2. Can you see it? Can you see it? No. This is your SNLC2. We have a resistance. Price broke the resistance and came to close above it and broke the third one. So we have SNLC1, SNLC2 here. Okay, what do you need? You need to confirm. This is 1 minute. You need to confirm on a higher time frame, which are defined as what? A time frame higher than a time frame where you found a pattern. So you go to 5 minutes. Okay, I went to 5 minutes, and there is an engulfing. Can you see? F5. Look at the line. Look at the line. There's an engulfing candle. There's a base here. There's a base candle. Okay, there's engulfing. And remember, I told you that when it comes to Bystra, you have two types of engulfing. You have the strong engulfing that looks like this, where price has closed above the wick of the first candle. Okay, and then we have the second one that just the body has closed above the open. Okay, so I told you have a second engulfing type that looks like this. All right, so this body has closed above. So that is what we have here. So we have an engulfing. Look at where price is passing. Okay, so your entry now is what? Is the top of this. So you see, SNRC2 has a precise entry point and a precise stop loss. The stop loss is the low of this one. Okay, the low of this one. So this is your entry. What's your entry? Your entry is on, let me zoom in. Let me delete the first one. Okay, so your entry, we have let me draw it again. We have a resistance, broken, another resistance, price close below that resistance and break. So your entry set is here. Okay, your entry set is here. Your stop loss is right below this. Okay, and your take profit is above this. This is 1 to 1. Yes, 1 to 1.2, almost 2. Okay, right. But if you know where the market is going, you are targeting this area, which is 1 to 4. Okay, 1 to 4. Do you understand? Now look at it again. When price created this one, it created another SNLC2. You see, the first one was this, and this. Okay, now look at the second one, and it's not about the drawing, it's about the confirmation. You have 1, 2, we have closed below it, and we have broken this. So we have SNRC2 here, right? SNRC2 at the top here. So now you have a third entry point. Okay, so I can draw this throughout, right? I can draw this throughout. Price comes and taps in. Now, confirmation. The confirmation is the most important. Am I going to see an engulfing on 5 minutes? I go to 5 minutes. Okay, go to 5 minutes. I see an engulfing. Can you see? You have an engulfing. Then I go to 15 minutes. I see an engulfing again. Okay, this one didn't give me, but the other broker gave me an engulfing on a 15 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes engulfing. Where is your entry? Your entry is at the level. Where is your stop loss? Right below the low that created this. And then take profit above this, which didn't hit. Okay, which didn't hit. But look at it. Why didn't it hit it? Go to 1 minute. There's a QM level. High, low, higher high, lower low. Confirmation, is that an engulfing? Is that an engulfing? There is an engulfing. This is an engulfing. So target that QM level and you are free. You are free. Take profit, hit. Okay. So when I took this trade, what I did was that I was monitoring on 15 minutes because I look at the 15 minutes and I saw an engulfing, which is not showing on this particular broker. So when I was looking at 15 minutes, I was monitoring this 15 minutes engulfing. Because that's the only thing, it's a 15 minutes to 15 minutes. That's the only thing that can hold price now. Okay, so price didn't give me those kind of reversal sign and then went up. Any question?
Hello, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Can you make video, please, on your channel? It is a very popular problem for people, I think, that if you are not a full-time trader, I mean, if you can't be next to your chart every single day, and for example, yesterday I missed main entry, and I don't know if movement is straight in one direction without any pullbacks. This is a problem for people. How to find if you have, for example, 1 hour and during this hour you don't have any pullbacks, how to enter. For example, you can make video how to trade this system. I like engulfing. I believe that it's even more better than MSNR because it works on stock market, crypto market, everywhere. Market maker can't hide this pattern where he was more aggressive. And I also know that a lot of people have the same problem. They are not full-time traders, and no one blogger, YouTube author didn't make any videos for people from this category like me. So if you can give me some solution how to be, if I live in Ukraine, in my country, also I have a problem with electricity very often. And for example, if I have only 1 hour and during this hour I see, oh, I missed here, and after I don't have any pullbacks, so I without the trade. Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, so you have just 1 hour to trade, and you have missed. What do you do? It is, you see, you don't force trades. If you have 1 hour and there's a setup during that particular period and you miss, you've not lost money, right? It is better to leave it and look for another opportunity the next time than trying to force it. Okay. Anyway, so the example I gave you guys didn't see it because of the way it is going. Okay. So I'm going to use the replay mode to show you the thing. Okay. I'm going to use the replay mode to show you again. All right. So this is okay. This is where we confirm direction. Okay. So let me start everything. Then from the 4 H4. Okay, H4. We have an engulfing. Okay, we have an engulfing. All right, so now that you have an engulfing H4, why these guys are always changing the candlestick patterns? All right, so we use it like that. So we have an engulfing here on H4. It's raining at my end. We have an engulfing on H4, right? So what you need to do is that price has to come in the H4, okay, and give us so we have H4 engulfing price and give us a 30-minute engulfing. Okay, so and it has to happen at a certain time of day. So here price has come in, has started the H4. So this is where we confirm direction. After we have already confirmed direction, right? This is where we confirm that we want to take the trade if we engulf this candle. And I know everybody understands this. If we engulf this candle, okay, if you engulf this candle. Okay, so if you engulf, we create an engulfing, and if you engulf this one to be an engulfing field. So we are waiting for that to happen on 30 minutes. Okay, and if you don't understand this, you have to go to the YouTube channel and watch. So now we have a 30-minute engulfing and watch my lessons on direction. Okay, so you have a 30-minute engulfing now. So you see, you have a 30-minute engulfing and an engulfing field. Now, this is an engulfing that we want to trade because this engulfing created an engulfing field here. Okay, so there's like something like a breakout. You can say it like this. Okay, we have a breakout. Okay, on the line chart. So now we want to trade this 30 minutes. And in this 30 minutes, price has to come in and create a 5-minute engulfing and engulfing field for our confirmation entry, which I've not spoken about. Okay, so sorry, go to 5 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes touches it, create an engulfing. There's no engulfing field. Okay, okay, yeah. So you see here, there's no an engulfing field, but on the other trading view, when we're doing, you saw an engulfing field. Okay, all right. So now the price has created a 5-minute engulfing. Okay, a 5-minute engulfing. Okay, you want to trade this 5-minute engulfing. That's the first entry we got. Okay, first entry. Delete. All right, first entry, 5-minute engulfing. Where is your entry? Your entry is here, your stop loss is down here, right? So price comes in and then we are going up. Okay. Now that we are going up and direction is confirmed, you have gotten your entry. I will just monitor 1 minute to look for patterns. So on 1 minute, I'm looking for patterns. So let me do it 2. Sorry, 2. 5. Okay, 5 is good. Let's play. Okay. Okay, so here, look at this. We have a strong support. Okay, we have SNLC. Okay. Okay. Okay, not. Let me check. So if I'm calling this as SNLC2, will it be SNLC2? Because it has to be SNLC2, we need to have a higher time frame engulfing, which you don't have. Okay. which you don't have. I think, yes, you have 5 minutes. Okay, so now, a minute. Let me check what. Hold on there. 1 minute. Okay. It's created. Okay, so there was another. So yes, so SNLC 1, 5 minutes engulfing. Okay, so we have a 5 minute engulfing, which I said. So entry set. Okay, so entry set comes in, stop loss not taking. Then we go back to 1 minute. All right, so we have another SNLC2. Okay, so the SNLC2 is resistance broken, price comes, goes above it, closes above it, and came to close below. So we have SNLC2 here. Okay, SNLC2 here. All right. All right. So now you see this first SNLC2 here. If I take a trend line and I draw from here, sorry, trend line. If I take a trend line and draw from here, okay, you see that this SNLC2 is confluence. Okay, it's confluence, right? There's a confluence on the trend line. So because this SNLC2 is like this, there's a confluence on the trend line. Price comes, touches the trend line, and goes in. Okay, and goes in. And what is there? There's a QM. Can you see you have a low, a high, a lower low, and higher high. You have SNLC2, you have a QM, all around the same level. So price touches it. So this is a QMC. It's also an SNLC2. Club is confirmed, price tap in, goes up, came to retest this one and went up. Okay, so now we are looking at this level. High. Let me use annotation. Okay. Price create a support, a resistance, breaks it, comes to close below and goes up. So this is a resistance, right? This is a support that you want to take, SNRC2. And this one took a long time, right? So let me forward it to 10 times faster and then watch. Okay. All right. So now in this particular one, I didn't take the straight trade from this level. Okay. The reason I didn't take a straight trade from this level is that price had already touched that daily level. Okay, it touched the daily level, right? So I was thinking that if I take it straight, it will how do you call it? It can go down and hit my stop loss. So I waited for price to hit, and then I entered after this engulfing field has created, price has created engulfing and engulfing field. Give me a sign that at least we'll go above this level. Okay, so I took the trade. Okay, so I took the trade and yes, had some small resistance, but then I was teaching. Okay, and then boom, price went up here and then close the trade. All right, please, did you get the example? Now you can unmute yourself. Which app is this? This is J Forex. Okay, J Forex. And then he's asking to explain how to do a re-entry, I guess. Okay, so a re-entry, guys, re-entry is not a strategy. Re-entry is that your strategies give you another entry opportunity. For instance, this was my first entry, okay, in this engulfing zone. This was my first entry. Okay, price went up, gave me another opportunity. He said re-entry. Re-entry is your strategy. It is not, there's no formula for re-entry that, okay, re-enter. No, it is when your strategy gives you an opportunity to enter, then you can have a chance to re-entry. So you don't do re-entry because you have entered and you have to enter again. You do re-entry when the strategy presents an opportunity for you to enter. All right? Okay. So there's no strategy for a re-entry. Your strategy has to give you, this is a re-entry. This first SNRC2 is a re-entry. This second one is a SNRC2 is also a re-entry. Not because I had to re-enter, because the strategy provided me an opportunity to re-enter. All right? Okay, any question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When we draw the support level for this your example now, when we draw the support level, are we supposed to use a line the line chart, like just a single line, or it should be a zone from the high of the candle to the close of the bullish.
So usually I will do this. Okay, I will do this. Just cover this. Okay. But I because always I know that it hits this level, I usually do it that way. But you can mark it from the body of the candle to the high, the candle. All right. A good question. Any other question?
Yes, sir.
All right, go on.
Hello.
Go on.
Okay. So when you were actually giving the example on trading view, the daily to daily direction, when you went to the H4, you straightly jump to the M30 time frame. But most of the time I use H1. But before you go, then the trade has already happened. Sometimes too, when you wait on the M30, you have an early entry, and at the end of the day, you see that the H1 having formed the EF.
Okay.
And the EG, so that you know that, okay, now we have the EF, so I can actually confirm that my direction and my trade is actually good to go. So from H4, you went to M30, then you came to M5.
I didn't go straight.
Yeah, actually it was from daily when we were the top-down analysis. Okay. Yeah.
So when I did daily, I got to H4 and I went to H1. Okay, I did H1 and I marked this engulfing field on H1. Okay.
Okay.
So I marked this engulfing. What I said in the other time during the direction lesson is that price has to create an H4 engulfing. Then within the H4 engulfing, you want to confirm if price has created a 1 hour engulfing field. So I'll use 1 hour engulfing field as my confirmation, additional confirmation before going for M30 for a trade confirmation for TC. Okay, for price to come and break this one to engulf the last bearish candle. Okay, that came into the zone. When it engulfs, then I have a confirmation buy. Okay, so the confirmations follow the certain step. Okay, so that's the reason why I went to M30. So because M30 has closed above this, all right, I started buying. Now there are other people. All right, now if you are taking this trade on SNLC1, where do you put your stop loss? So SNLC1 is very difficult.